Hey, Tracy Thomas here, and you are tuned in to my very first episode of my podcast. Podcast name is Stellar Marketing Tips to Boost Your Brand. I am super excited to be able to share with you, some valuable information and content that I feel that would help grow your businesses. But most importantly, to find a tool that I can now leverage to help with getting that word out. And that is by way of this podcast tool, and it's called Anchor. I'm using Anchor to record this podcast, and Anchor is a really cool tool. You can find it in your Apple Store or your Google Play Store, but you can actually, as easily as recording your audio podcasts on your phone and uploading them and adding music and adding different sound effects to it. And yes, this is a really amazing platforms. And I also see that with this platform, there's areas of where you can get donations and you can also get sponsorship for your podcast. So I'm looking forward to being able to just leverage this platform in my business to be able to deliver valuable information and content to you, my listeners. So with that being said, today's first episode, as I mentioned before, and I'm just super stoked about that because it has taken me forever to find a tool to be able to deliver these type of messages. YouTube didn't work. Instagram, IGTV didn't work. Facebook Live. It depends on the scenario for you to be able to get that message out. But for me to be able to have this real-time type of message delivered and me be open and me be myself and me being confident and me being able to just know that I'm not reading off any scripts or anything like that, it's just a beautiful thing. So bear with me. This episode may be a little longer than others, only because this is our very first episode, y'all. So I definitely want you to be able to, provide me with any type of feedback or share this episode, or if there's any topics or anything that you want to talk about that you want to share. I'm more than happy to come up with some information to be able to share that in future podcasts. So again, today's podcast episode is covering 5 super simple ways to market your local business. And we're talking about businesses that are on a local level. You have a brick and mortar, you're trying to get more people into your store. You're a local consultant, you want to get more people to ring your phone. That's what we're talking about today. Okay. So tip number 1 to market your business on a local level is to update your business website. Okay. Make sure that it looks current and that it is current and mobile responsive. A mobile responsive website is mobile friendly to where it can be seen across all digital devices, whether it is your laptop, whether it's your PC, your mobile phone, whether it is your tablets. That website is seen throughout all of those platforms and those channels and those devices, and they're just looking current, and the text is not overlaying, and the images look amazing, and you're giving them an easy user experience to be able to navigate to get the basic information that they're seeking, whether it's their address, whether it's their phone number, their hours of operation, your prices, your services. They want to be able to go in to get that information, to do their research on their phones and their tablets, to be able to make the determination on whether they're even going to do business with you. So make sure that your website is up to date and that everything is up to par as far as your website. And then also, bonus here, most recently, your website needs to have an SSL certificate. You have to have a secured website in order for you to get any type of ranking in the search engines. So an SSL certificate is something in additional that you would have to purchase annually, on top of your hosting, on top of your domain. You would also have to have an SSL certificate to secure your website. These are people that actually looking to make sure that your site is secured in order for them to make purchases on your site. I'm telling you, if there's no HTTPS, your site is not secured, and nobody is going to give you their credit card information, whether you're selling product and or period. You don't even have to be selling product. Google, that's like mandatory now that you have to have a secure site in order for you to even be ranking on the internet. So update your website and make sure that it's updated, and you are going to see all the results and the traffic and all that good stuff once you get all that in place. Okay. So tip number 2, start an email newsletter. Now, I speak highly on this because everybody that knows me, that's my strongest specialty is the email marketing. And when you look at it in regards to social media, we've been on social media, we build our audience on social media, we build up all of our business pages, you post content on social media, but organically, did you know that you may not be getting anything more than maybe a 2% reach, meaning that a whole lot of people are not seeing your content. You're posting it, you're scheduling it, you're sending the information out there, but guess what? Not to bust your bubble, but a lot of people are not seeing your content because there's no ad spend or money that's put in behind that. Okay, social media has positioned themselves to where it is now a pay to play factor with them. You have to have a marketing budget. You have to have ad spend budget put in behind your marketing strategies on social media to even get it out there. So you could be posting content all day till you're like blue in the face, but if you don't put no money in behind it, you're not sending out targeted ad campaigns, and you're not boosting them, you are not really being seen. Okay. But I say start an email newsletter, which is our tip number 2, because if social media was to go away tomorrow, let's say it was to go away tomorrow, there's no Facebook, there's no Instagram, there's no LinkedIn, there's no Twitter. If those were to all go away tomorrow, how are you going to be able to get your information out there and you were to communicate with your audience? That's a good question. And I say that to say it's important for you to have your list now. You need to have built your list. You need to have a database that has your customers already in it, your prospects, which are potential customers that will be working with you, that you're able to target through monthly, bi-weekly, or weekly newsletter campaigns. Okay. In these newsletters, these are ways that you're going to be able to share advice, helpful tips, updates about your business, and new services that you may be offering. And this is also a really good way of you being able to share special offers and deals. So getting started with social is 1, but getting an email newsletter is 2. Social media, email newsletter, they go hand in hand. Email marketing and social go hand in hand. So when people see your content in the news feeds based off of those sponsored ads that we talked about, because you're putting money in behind it, when they see your content in the sponsored ads news feed on social and they see you in their inbox, that's like a double whammy right there. You know, it's like they see you on social, you hitting them in the inbox, you're like, bam, you stay top of mind. And that's what it's all about. You want to stay top of mind, right? You want people to not forget about you. You want people to know that you are there for them whenever they are ready to spend money with you. Okay. So that's tip number 2, start an email newsletter. Now I told you this is my first episode, so I'm like trying to get as much information as possible in to this first episode with these 5 simple ways to share and to grow your business on a local level. But at the same time, I know that your time is precious, but I know that this is probably a little lengthy and I'm just keeping it real. And that's the beautiful thing about podcasts. You can be yourself on these things and talk, and you can talk until you're blue in the face. But most importantly, I'm passionate about what I do. And anybody that knows me knows that I'm passionate about what I do. So this information that I'm sharing with you is already tried and true tips and experiences that I've already experienced, that my clients are currently experiencing, and that we deal with on the regular. So Again, I don't mean for it to be drawn out, but at the same time, I want you to get the information, which is what it's all about. Okay. Tip number 3, get personal. We are human, and we have to remember that people want to deal with individuals that are human. Okay. So use customer relationship management software. Use a tool such as Constant Contact. And I'm going to talk about Constant Contact all the time, whether it's you talk about your email newsletter campaigns. Constant Contact is the way to go, because this is a digital marketing software that you can send out beautifully branded campaigns as well as lead gen. They've just incorporated some really amazing lead generation tools where you can send automated email responders and all that good stuff to your client base. But sending a personalized email, it's just something about that. It's something about somebody getting an email from you that has their name written all over it based off of a product or a service that they have recently purchased from you. And this is a good way of you being able to thank them for their business, and also a good way of you being able to take in on any type of online surveys that you want to share. Because with those surveys, that's a good way of you being able to get feedback. And with that feedback, you can understand what it is that you're doing right or what it is that you're doing wrong, and to see how well you're doing overall. And then also with that feedback and those survey testimonials, you can actually repurpose that content onto your platform, social media platforms to be exact, to share, and people see that, oh my gosh, Peggy Sue got this treatment. She looks super amazing. Her wedding turned out super amazing. Oh, I love those shirts. Oh, her hair looks amazing. I love her nails. When people see that content that's repurposed that you may have done as a service, they want that same treatment, because that's just how we are as human species. It's like we see somebody that has something and they look good and they look amazing and they got that special treatment. We want the same thing. We want the same thing that they got. So when you share that information and you get that information out, that's a personal way of you being able to humanize your business, to say, this is what you've done. This is the service that you provide, and you fulfilled and made this person happy. Okay, so getting personal online and getting personal by way of email, personalized email campaigns that you can send out. But then also, I don't want you to disregard the phone. Using the phone, and the phone is not dead. You can still get on the phone and thank a person for doing business with you. If they don't answer, you can leave a detailed message and just tell them how much you appreciate them for hiring you for that service or purchasing that product from you. So you get it. Okay. Tip number 4, always ask satisfied customers for a review on your business accounts, on your business, online business accounts. Testimonials are one thing, but for somebody to actually go and write a review on your Google page, to write a review on your Facebook page or your Yelp page, people are looking for that validation. They're looking for that information to determine whether they're even going to invest and do business with you. So a whopping 89% of respondents who say that they're willing to do this, they'll do it. But what we fail to do is we don't ask. We do not ask them. So what is it that you're worried about? Why is it that you're not asking? Are you worried about negative reviews? If so, you shouldn't, because if you're doing the right thing and if that customer is satisfied, they're going to write a positive review. Okay. 8 in 10 people who have ever posted any type of online review always provided positive experiences. So it's nothing for you to be scared of. It's nothing for you to actually request them to review. And also, the best time for you to ask for reviews is immediately after they've purchased something from you. They've gotten the service from you. Don't wait 2 weeks after, because 2 weeks after, it's not fresh in their brains. You want to get it fresh in their brain, fresh top of mind, the time that they purchase. You want to send them a link, a request via email, or whether it's a text to say, hey, can I get you to review my business on Facebook? Can I get you to review my business on LinkedIn? Can I get you to review my business on Yelp? or Google, and you'd be surprised at the people that immediately they'll do it right then and there because they're satisfied right then and there. They're happy and it is top of mind and it's fresh in their heads. So don't wait too long. Make sure that you do that review request immediately after they purchase services and or product from you. Okay. Tip number 5, enable your customers to make appointments online. This is a really, really good way of you being able to reduce your staff because you have an automated system where people can actually go in and book appointment with scheduling tools that you have in place on your website. These are tools that you have on your social media that's integrated with your social media, as well as you being able to text this type of information to people to be able to get on your books. So a couple of apps I wanted to share with you. There's a Booked In. There's a TimeTap. Appointment Plus is a really good tool to use. But then also there's another tool that I like using that I've used for quite some time. Acuity. Acuity is a really, really cool tool that I've been using. And actually, I think it's like $14 a month for the subscription. And you can integrate this with your website. And when I tell you, you can customize the actual scheduling pages to where you can even ask them questions prior to them even having an appointment with you. So I'm going to share these links with you in the description. You'll be able to get these links for these tools and everything. But most importantly, I just want you to just know that this information I'm sharing with you is information and content that you're going to be able to take and share and implement within your businesses immediately. And again, any feedback is greatly appreciated. Any type of topics that you want to discuss, I'm more than willing to share that information in future podcasts. But again, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for tuning into this podcast. This is episode number 1, and I look forward to episode number 2, and I look forward to seeing any type of feedback and any type of questions that you may have that you'd like for me to incorporate into the next episode. So thank you. You too can be a marketer and make it a stellar day.